recognized symbol of excellence for your entertainment.
Who's the one that slept with Prince?
Welcome to Machino Music the show that puts the music in Machino Music, with your host, me, Brett Strong. Today on Machino Music, it's the Bangles album ranking. Walk like an Egyptian. Good afternoon, everybody. The Bangles album ranking. That's what we're doing here today. Got some time to do this. This is one I've been wanting to do for a while. Not a big discography, and the Bangles are one of my all-time favorite bands, so this is pretty exciting. Really, they were one of the first, really big all-female bands. One of the first all-female bands, these of the 80s, that just really blew up. There's the Go-Go's, and there were the Bangles. And the Bangles had sort of a similar kind of thing as the Go-Go's. Bangles made more albums than the Go-Go's. Well, actually, they might be about the same. But it was the same sort of thing with the Bangles as there were with the Go-Go's. There's this one particular member that everybody got into, and then that person became the star of the group. And that was unfortunate in the 80s when, I had to pit females against each other. Create feuds. Well, the male bands have it, but we don't want the male bands to be fighting and breaking up and all this stuff. Oh, well, so we'll just treat the female bands like crap and get them all, it's industry-wide. But the Bangles members, of course, Vicky Peterson and Debbie Peterson. Vicky on guitar and vocals, Debbie drums and vocals. Michael Steele on bass and vocals. They all sung. They all did a little bit of singing. And, of course, the one that everyone homed in on, she was the one that was Susanna Hoffs on guitar and vocals. All the guys like Susanna. They're all beautiful, but let's just fixate on Susanna. And we'll get a little bit more into that as we go through this ranking. Now, I don't own all of the Bangles albums, but I have a couple. No, so it's a small discography, so I'm not gonna have to keep holding my finger up the whole time, so it's gonna be okay. So let's get into it here. Starting at the bottom, from 2011, it's their last album, Sweetheart of the Sun. This is not a bad album by any means. It's closer, makes to the classic Bangles sound. But, you gotta rank them somehow, and this one kind of comes at the bottom for me, just because, Michael Steele doesn't appear on this album. And actually, she wasn't even an original member. The original bass player was a girl named Annette Zelinskas. I think I'm saying that right. I have it written down. It's really small, because I kind of wrote it like chicken scratch. But yeah, she rejoined the band since 2018. She kind of came back. Michael Steele. That was the thing with the Bangles. Like we said, there's just like a lot of infighting because Susanna was sort of pushed as the star. So there was there's just all these kind of problems. Well, I'm not getting this again. It's like. But they made beautiful music while they were together, and finally we got a final album from them. The song Anna Lee, Sweetheart of the Sun, is about the Bangles sort of being female role models, these feminist role models, which is great. And that's a really good tune, kicking it off. But like I said, not a bad album by any means, but gotta rank them somehow, and this one comes at the bottom for me. Next up, we're gonna go Doll Revolution from 2003. This one is really good. As far as as a comeback album, because this was a big comeback album. They hadn't made a record since 1988 by this point, so it was really cool. We got a new Bangles record. Mixed Messages is actually one of my favorite Bangles songs. Really good. And Elvis Costello wrote the song "Tear Off Your Own Head." It's a Doll Revolution, sort of the sort of title track. But yeah, really good tune. Elvis Costello. You know, the Bangles kind of fit in with the new wave thing. So yeah, this is a pretty good record. I like that album cover. It's really cool. That sort of doll head, and it's all kind of avant-garde kind of looking. Really cool. Dig it. So yeah, not bad. Next I'm going, speaking of their new wave album, this was considered new wave from 1984, All Over the Place. Good debut. Pretty good debut. Got some really good tunes. Going Down to Liverpool was a hit. Leonard Nimoy. Leonard Mr. Spock Nimoy. Leonard Three Men and a Baby Nimoy. He directed that movie. He appears in the music video for Going Down to Liverpool. Which is pretty cool. And Susanna Hoffs' mother, Tamar Simon Hoffs, directs the music. I thought Leonard Nimoy directed the music video, like directed and starred in it, but no, it was Susanna Hoffs' mom. We'll get more into that in a little bit. So, yeah. But yeah, good debut. Not bad. Again, this is kind of more the new wave thing. The kind of the Bangles kind of were called new wave. I wouldn't really call them a new wave band. The thing with I love with the Bangles is that they incorporate a lot of like 60s British invasion type music, the Beatles, Rolling Stones. They had like a lot of Simon and Garfunkel, like folk influences, so a lot of the American 60s pop that was going on. I mean, they just incorporate all the stuff and sort of added it into this style. And I guess there was a bit of a new wave feel to it, but they just made it like just and great songwriting. Vicky Peterson and Debbie Peterson, they wrote a number of the songs. Susanna, they all wrote, but it was mainly Debbie and Vicky would write the majority of the songs. They all sung, they all contributed, and they were just like, other than, you know, the kind of when Susanna was pushed as the star, that was really the only problem with the band. They just couldn't keep it going, which is unfortunate, but they left us with some great music, and this is a great debut. Good start for the Bangles. Kind of really set their sound, like, oh, this is what this is. So there you go, that's where I'm putting that one. Now, we're in the top two, everybody. Already we're in the top two. Like I said, not a big discography. And we're going everything. This had a few big hits on. Actually, a few of my favorite Bangles tunes are on here. In Your Room, so good. Always loved that song. They kind of share vocals on it. It was mainly Susanna. Susanna had that's more the sweet voice. And also, she could just melt your heart. And that's one thing, a lot of people, with that eye roll she would do, that sexy look. Oh, she was just incredible. And actually, sort of around this time, I have to mention this now, her mother was a filmmaker and directed a feature film that Susanna starred in. Again, she's being pushed as the star. She's in this movie called The All-Nighter. And yeah, this movie features a scene where Susanna is standing in front of a mirror in her, excuse me while I pick my nose here. Susanna's standing in front of a mirror in her underwear, little cotton t-shirt there and little panties. And yeah, this, you know, if your intention is for teenage boys to masturbate, well, oh, they were masturbating, and I just spit like a llama right there. Yeah, and it's kind of, I guess it's kind of bizarre that Susanna's mom is filming this. Although I guess maybe probably better her mom and not some creepo director, you know, some male director, you know, like Paul Verhoeven, you know, directing this picture, and you know he's filming Susanna like she's, you know, Sharon Stone uncrossing her legs. You know, maybe it's better that it was her mom doing it. But yeah, that was a thing. But yeah, In Your Room's a great tune. Oh, I gotta mention again, one of my favorite RuPaul's Drag Race moments, the lip sync at the end, lip syncing for their life. They did a great one. It was Jax. Oh, she was so good. Season 15. Jax versus Robin Fierce. Jax brought it. Yeah, dig that moment. Made me fall in love with Jax, really. So yeah, I was cheering for her. She got eliminated, I think, like an episode or two later. But she saved herself on that one because she was amazing on the In Your Room performance. Also got the song Complicated Girl, really good, dig that one. Bell Jar, Eternal Flame, actually a story about Eternal Flame. Allegedly, according to legend, Susanna Hoffs, recorded that song naked. She was naked in the recording studio. Again, your intention is for teenage boys to masturbate, and they're gonna. So, yeah. Because there was, according to legend, again, this was a creepo guy. You know some creepo dude producer saying this. But yeah, she'd been told that apparently like an Olivia Newton-John, I believe it was like I Love You, I Honestly Love You, or Have You Ever Been Mellow, one of those songs. Olivia Newton-John like recorded that song naked. I think it was just an excuse to get Susanna Hoffs just so she'll disrobe in the recording studio, and you can look through the glass. Well, yeah, it's probably two-way glass. Oh, I can't see you. I can see you, and you're in your glory, and I'm going to sit back here, and I'm going to play with it. I'm just going to jack it while you sing Eternal Flame, this sort of very sexy, very beautiful song. But yeah, dig that tune though, whether that's true or not. I mean, the images it conjures up in your head, if Susanna was in fact nude recording it. She looks kind of naked in the video. I gotta stop talking about this. It's just like driving my, because you know, Susanna was the one everybody like went crazy over. But yeah, great tune. Be With You. I'll Set You Free, another one of my favorite Bangles tunes. The one on the greatest hits is a bit like mixed a bit differently. So that's kind of the first one I heard. This one sounds a bit different, but still it's a great tune. Dig it. Make a Play for Her Now is actually a collaboration with Vinnie Vincent for all you Kiss fans. Yeah, Vinnie Vincent somehow got together with Debbie Peterson and they wrote that tune. And Debbie sings that tune. I love it. One of my favorite Bangles tunes. Just love it. Yeah. Crash and Burn closing it out. Good record. Really like this one. This was kind of like, you know, this is the last one until Doll Revolution. So, good one to kind of close out the 80s, this era of the Bangles. They had to break up because Susanna's getting so much of the attention, but they put out a good record. You wouldn't know that there's like any real infighting, I guess, on this. But my number one always has been and always will be Different Light. Just love this album. I mean, so many of the hits are on here. I love the hits. Songs I don't really get tired of. Manic Monday, which is written by Prince, and actually on the Prince Originals collection. It has his original version, which is really cool to hear. But yeah, dig it. Walking Down Your Street, really fun. Has a really fun video where they're like playing like this other like fictional band, and they are like win an opportunity to open for Little Richard. So Little Richard makes a cameo in the video. It's really fun. And also a Saturday Night Live era. Randy Quaid is in there because he was part of the 1985-86 season of Saturday Night Live. And he'd also been known for, you know, being in like the vacation movies. So he was kind of a comedian at the time. And here he is in the music video, just looking great, doing the Randy Quaid thing. Walk Like an Egyptian, of course, was the huge one. I mean, that was the whole thing. It had the video with all the people doing the thing, and you know, they're doing the Egyptian dance, all the cops in the donut shops. Way-oh, way-oh. Yeah, and they all kind of sing a different part on that, and the whistling. It's just such a great, great song. Really, really catchy. Definitely one of the great songs of the 80s, and just very memorable. And that was also the video where Susanna did the eye roll that just melted the hearts of all the boys, and maybe some of the girls, too. I mean, blood's rushing somewhere when Susanna does that. Oh my God. If She Knew What She Wants, another great song. Really dig that one. Has two different videos. There's a one where it's more like a live performance, and then there's one that looks more like a music video. They're all together, really good. That's also a cover tune. I forget who originally did it, or originally wrote it. Let me see if it says on here. I mean, look at the record. And it says Jay Shear. I probably should have looked this up. Put this back in and take me. Whoa, hey, I never noticed this. Look at that. There's a whole lyric sheet thing in here. I just picked up this record not long ago. This is great. This is live right here. This is like an unboxing video. I had no idea this had a lyric sheet in here. This is great. I'm very excited. Yeah, Jules Shear wrote the words and music. Was not a Bangle. Whoa, this is, yeah. Got all the writing credits all right here. This is fantastic. Excuse me while I just sit here and read this. Actually, this Manic Monday just has words and music by Christopher. Not Prince. You know, he's not even going by his real name. He's not going by Rogers Nelson. It's just Christopher. Who this is mysterious Christopher? It's Prince, the purple one himself. Yeah. They all contribute writing credits to this record. But this has my favorite Bangles song. Just seeing it right here. Standing in the Hallway. I absolutely love that song. I love kind of that synth bass kind of on it. Love that. Debbie Peterson singing. That's just telling me who sings each song, which is really cool. Yeah, the title track, In a Different Light, is great. But yeah, Standing in the Hallway is just my favorite. I love that song. It is so good. So that's probably why I put this up. Yeah, so the Bangles, one of my all-time favorite bands. Happy to do this this album ranking. Here they are on the back, different colors, different pictures. Really cool. There's Susanna. There's Vicky Peterson. There's Debbie Peterson. There's Michael Steele. Just dig it. Bangles, one of my all-time favorite bands. Really interesting band, like I said. Like they had all these different styles. They were kind of, sort of new wave. Definitely got that 80s sound, but I love that they incorporated stuff like British Invasion, like the Beatles and the Rolling Stones, and even the band like the Kinks. And then they also had the American influences like Simon and Garfunkel. They actually did a great cover of Hazy Shade of Winter, which is one of my favorite Bangles tunes. Really good. Dig that cover. Kind of that really heavy guitar riff. So, yeah. Just love the Bangles. I could go on and on all day about the Bangles. Got to do another Bangles show soon. I don't know why it took me so long to do the Bangles. So, that's how I like these albums. If you like them differently, that's perfectly okay. That's cool. And if you're a Bangles fan, if you walk like an Egyptian and you're about to have a Manic Monday, I hope you enjoyed this. That's it for this week. Until we meet again, this is Brett Strong saying good journey.